This podcast is brought to you by ONNIT. Go to ONNIT.com and look at the great selection of supplements. If you find something you like, press in code Joey and get 10% off delivered right to your house. All right, what's happening, you savages? It's Monday, the 20th of March. The joint is brought to you by Uncle Joey's favorite, Liquid I.V. Maybe you've forgotten about that New Year's resolution you made to prioritize your health, but I didn't. Get back to it, Tarzan, with Liquid I.V., the hydration brand that fuels your well-being. It's easy. You mix 1 stick of Liquid I.V. with 16 ounces of water, and it hydrates you 2 times faster than water alone. Are you kidding me or what? With 5 essential vitamins, great flavors, and 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks, you'll be ready to crush your health goals. Let me tell you something. Liquid IV has some tremendous flavors. The strawberry, the tropical punch, the cherry, and the Concord grape are my favorites. You understand me? They also have kombucha, the sour apple. It'll knock your socks off. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com. Use promo code Joey. Come on, I'm going to get you 20% off right now. Anything you order for better hydration today. Use promo code Joey at liquidiv.com. That's promo code Joey at liquidiv.com. The joint is also brought to you by stamps.com. Listen, nobody got time to go to the post office. Print all your stamps you need at La Casa with stamps.com. Get rates you can't find anywhere else, like 84% off UPS and USPS. They'll even send you a free scale. Who does that? Nobody! So you'll have everything that you need to get to the post office and get your party started. I love stamps.com. Why? We've been working with them for about 12 years now. Nothing but positive experiences. You can trust stamps.com for over 25 years. They've helped over 1 million businesses. I don't care if you have 2,000 employees or 3 employees. Stamps.com is going to change the way you do business. So set your business up for success when you get started with stamps.com today, not tomorrow, today. Sign up with promo code Joey, Joey, for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to stamps.com, click on the microphone on the top of the page, and enter code Joey. It's that easy. Let's get this party started, baby. It's Monday morning. We got shit to do and people to see.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happened, you bad motherfuckers? Who cares? Fucking YouTube is still gonna take it down. It's Monday the 20th. A beautiful fucking day to be alive. Spring has come. You know what I'm saying? Lee was saying to me, it's spring. Aren't you excited? I go, yeah, I'm excited. Now it's hot out. Now I get to stand outside with the people I don't like. You know what I'm saying? It's the same fucking thing. Spring is great. I love it. It's gonna rain a lot. It's been fucking cold in Jersey last couple days. That's why I got the heavy, excuse me, I'm still burping up my little chocolate milkshake, my little protein shake made with water and fucking protein powder. Who the fuck, when did this become popular? I gotta put like 20 ice cubes in my blender to give the fucking protein shake substance. water with protein. I mean, listen, milk will fucking clog me up anyway. I mean, I do like 2 protein shakes a week. I have this other recipe that I do with raspberries, coconut water, and vanilla protein powder. I just can't find the vanilla protein powder. I think that's out of stock. The fucking COVID put it back and, everybody's delayed. I don't know what the fuck happened. When I got here, it was always there, the vanilla protein powder. Now, and it's a certain vanilla protein powder. Like, protein powders taste like dick. Let's get that shit out of the way. There was one protein powder that I loved, and that's ONNIT, the original protein, the cacao shake protein they had was so fucking delicious. It was so fucking delicious. And then they switched over to the Mexican chocolate, and that was good too. But I try, when you go to a fucking vitamin place, I try like the littlest container of the protein powder. I've tried like 3 of them. They taste like dick. See, when I was a kid, you had egg and milk protein. That tasted like nothing. So when you made a shake, you just put 2 scoops of that in, some Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream in that motherfucker, and some wheat germ. Forget about it. You be fucking humming like a bird, cocksuckers. People keep asking me, why don't I run for fucking politics? And I'm like, you know what? I'm a felon. But then I'm like, wait. If fucking Santos could pull it off, I could definitely pull it off, guys. This fucking guy, I mean, I keep laughing at this shit that he fucking beat some guy out of dog money or some shit like this. I've done a lot of creepy fucking things, but I've never beat somebody out of fucking dog money. That's for goddamn sure. But it's a beautiful day. We got a great week coming up. We got a fucking arrest warrant for Putin. We got fucking Trump's going to jail tomorrow. There's an arrest warrant for him. I mean, I'm not even into politics, and I don't give a fuck, but I'm kind of jealous. Everybody's got an arrest warrant. Where's my warrant? How come I don't fucking get arrested? Last week, I almost got fucking arrested. This is a great story for you guys because people are losing their fucking minds, guys. I leave jiu-jitsu. I'm behind my friend Ken Chan. We're both, I'm right behind him. Maybe 2 car lengths. I'm doing the speed limit, okay? There's a Carvel on the corner in Old Bridge off of 520. It's my favorite fucking Carvel. It's a drive-through, and they've been there since Jesus left Chicago. The woman who owns it, when she's working there in the daytime, that's the best fucking Carvel, anything you'll ever get in your life. She's been working with them for years. Anyway. We're right there. I'm counting the numbers, 7, 6, 5. So I know I got to beat this jersey yellow. So I see Ken runs the yellow as soon as it turns. So I got time, and I run the yellow. Only I'm looking straight ahead, and as Ken runs the yellow, a person is sitting there with their fucking Toyota, whatever the fuck it is, and waiting. Now, this person could have waited till he gone. But no, he stepped on it. He or she, God forbid, he stepped on it, cutting my friend off. Like my friend was just fucking beating a light, and you want to pull out in front of him slowly, you dumb fuck. So now I see her or him go this way, and my friend Ken goes around. But now I'm stuck with her. I've been fucking, I'm busting through that light, and now I slow it down. She wasn't even doing 40 or 30. She kept it like that for 5 minutes at like 20. And now the people behind me are beeping at me, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's not me. I can't say anything. I'm just driving the fucking car, and I'm like, what the fuck is this lady doing? Or this man, whatever the fuck it is, because he got tinted windows. So finally, 20 miles a fucking hour. I'm doing 22 behind her. It's definitely a 35 or a fucking 40. After 5 minutes, I get fucking fed up as shit. I got shit to do. I got to take a shit. I'm hungry. I got to meet somebody at 3. I fucking gunned that car. It was legal to go around her. They had the one line, I go around her. I'm doing like fucking, she had me pinned for so fucking long that when I blew around, I just had to get the fuck out. I'm like, this lady, I'm going to kill this dumb motherfucker. So I pull around and I just take the fuck off, right? I take it, I get on the fucking 9. I'm about to hit the 9, and do you know, I look up at the rearview mirror, and here that car comes with smoke coming out of it. It's doing like 100. You were doing 20 for fucking 10 minutes. Now you want to be fucking speed racer. She pulls up next to me. It's a she. African-American woman. Cute as fuck. She pulls up, and she goes, excuse me, and she got her phone in her hand. I taped you, and I called the police. I'm trying to drive my son. I'm doing the speed limit, and I was just looking at her like, I'm not even going to say nothing. This ain't enough to say. And she goes, are you listening to me? I'm going to call the police, and they're going to arrest you for speeding by me. And you know, I got my son in the car, and I'm trying to be safe. She had Georgia plates, and I go, stop it right there. Stop right there. So you doing 20, but then for the last half mile, you're doing 80 to catch up to me. Get the fuck out of my face. The light turned green, I just went. When I was at the next light down, she comes around again with the cell phone again, like, you know. I'm like, call the police. Call the police. What do I mean, I didn't do nothing. First off, guys, I got 0 points on my fucking license. And it's been like that for the last fucking 15 years. Okay? I've got, you know, I got 0 points on my license. I think the most points I've ever had on my license was 2 in Colorado, because I was doing 40 and a 35, one of those blinking lights with the fucking school zone. And I was fucking, another time I did something, I was driving with a car, a for sale sign car, one of those fucking dealer cars, and it had like 1998 clearance. You can't drive with ink on your fucking windshield, so they gave me a point for that. That's the most I've ever fucking had. So I obey the fucking driving rules. I don't obey shit, but I gotta tell you something. You can't do dick without a fucking car. You could do plenty without this, plenty without that, but you lose your fucking driving privileges, you don't know what life is. And trust me when I'm telling you. You lose your driving privileges, you don't know what life really is. I never lost my driving privileges, but for a long time I had to fucking drive around a bus. And guys, it sucks to lose your fucking driving privilege. I'm just letting you know. So that was my adventurous week. Every week I have something with the cop. I mean, I haven't talked to a cop in years, knock on fucking wood, but I always have some lady driving, somebody's not fucking happy. A couple of weeks ago, I went to get something at the fucking, at the health food store. A lady outside, somebody hit a car. Okay, what do you want from me? Well, you know, there's only 4 cars in the parking lot. It had to be one of you guys. Lady, you parked all the way over there, and I'm parked all the way over there. How did it? Well, I'd like to call the police and take a picture of your car. I'm taking a picture of all 4 cars. Listen, lady, you're not doing nothing. I got shit to do and people to see. If you want to call the cops, take my license plate, tell them I left the scene of an accident. But there was no accident. There was nothing. There was nothing. Your car is over there, and I'm fucking over here. So every week it's fucking something. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about today is I got good news. I fucking, the audio book is done. It wasn't a pain in the ass at all. It was nice and smooth. You know, I hadn't looked at that story since I submitted it a year and a half ago. I submitted that maybe 15 months ago. So the first couple of days of going through it, I was just learning the fucking, the ropes. I was just learning my pace and whatnot. I was doing like 3 hours a day, and I went through the chapters the night before, just to make it smoother, just to know where I had to take pauses and stuff like that. You know, when you do an audio book, you don't want to be like, and I know when you listen to it, you're going to go, Joey, what are you, fucking stupid? There's parts in there where I can tell you're reading. Yeah, but it has to be more communication, like me just very nonchalant, very whatever. And it was funny, you know, all the chapters were still intact. What I do have to say about the book is there's a couple stories you heard already, but the beauty of the book is it gives you the backstory to why that story is special and why I remembered that story. That'll help you understand more about what I was going through at the time. You know, the book is in 3 phases. It's my early life, life after my mother died, and then my comedy life, you know. So we get them together at one point. It's like kind of like Aerosmith's book I like, it's going to mix and it's going to confuse you, but once you read more, you'll understand what the fuck we're talking about. And I got to tell you, the chapters that were most fascinating to me, that I forgot about my life earlier, were my early childhood. There was a lot of shit that I looked at, and even though we went through it and stuff, I was like, wow. Since we wrote the book, I haven't really thought about that. Or maybe I hadn't thought about that since the thought came up to me that I had to put that in the book, you know? And there was one chapter that really stuck out with me in the last 2 weeks. I mean, all the chapters are good and they're self-explanatory and there's some funny stuff in there. But it's so funny how when you tell a story and write a story and read it, when you listen to a story and then read the same story, it's two different things. It really does. Like the hooker story made me fucking howl. You know, even though I've lived that hooker story 1,000 times, reading it made me fucking howl, you know. But one of the stories in that book that really resonated with me, and I hope it resonates with you guys, because it resonated with me. To me, it was bigger than what it appeared in the book. That's what I'm trying to fucking say. Little Liquid IV, a little strawberry. I'm out of the fucking Concord grape and the cherry, but the strawberry is kicking, motherfuckers. But there was, my mother died. That's the big anchor in the story. But before my mother died, what made my mother's death even more sensationalized was, in the 8th grade I played, in 78, I played, 25 fucking years ago. No, that's 22, and then 23, 45 fucking years ago. Interesting year, interesting. I played for St. Michael's for 2 years. I had to take a bus back and forth. We came back. When you're in the 8th grade, it's just great to take a bus with your friends. And after that, you fucking get a slice of pizza. I don't know if we smoked pot then. Yeah, I think I did. But like every quarterly, like I smoked pot, Wasn't like a daily fucking thing. And we would go to practice like twice a week. And it was a great team. Some of these guys are still around. I'm going to see these guys next Saturday night. Whitey and my friend Chucky and just a couple guys that I haven't seen, basketball friends. And a couple of us played together down there. Mike Hennessy from Emerson. He's working for the town now, North Bergen. The center for the Green Bay Packers, I forget what his name is, number 52, was in the 8th grade with us. He was out of Emerson High School. He played for St. Michael's also. We were a tight group of kids. Who knew? We were in the 8th grade. We just showed up and practiced. I remember we broke into the fucking Catholic diocese one night. We stole all the stickers for the booster that you had to sell for $1, and we got a fucking ear beating from the priest over there. It was just, it was one of those kid memories that you look back on and you go, that was a lot of fucking fun. And they were cheerleaders, and we were not sexually active. We were nothing. We were just dreaming of kissing a girl at the fucking time, probably, dancing slow with them at a fucking dance or something like that. And, I had met girls along the way, and we held hands and whatever. Who the fuck knows what happened? But I ended up meeting this cheerleader, and I liked her even more because she wasn't from North Bergen. She was from Union City. She was just a nice, sweet Irish girl. Freckles, red hair, cuter than fuck. Hung out. Her girlfriends were hotter than fuck. She hung out with a Cuban girl that was great, and another Irish chick. And, it'd be like me and fucking... I forget these kids anymore, Hennessy, and we'd fucking, after practice, we'd always go around the corner to a pizza place in Union City and get some pizza, where now it's fucking Obama. That's the name of the grammar school or the middle school. It's like Obama. It's fucking beautiful. When I went down there to get a thing a couple of years ago, it was breathtaking of how much has changed down there, But I knew that area well. Like, I had been in Union City all my life. That area down there, I kind of knew. The only time I went down in, like, that under 20th Street area was to get THC Crystal, Angel Dust. There was a bar on, like, 22nd Street and New York Avenue across the street from the county morgue. And we'd go down there to get pizza, something. There was a movie theater down there. a Cuban movie theater called Cine Tony that had American movies with Spanish subtitles, and the owner had a wig, and we'd throw peanuts at his wig and shit like that. You know, I had been down there, but I didn't know the area like Union City where my mother's bar was. So, you know, in the 8th grade, I meet this girl, and we're all friends afterward. You know how, like, the cheerleaders are coming out with the basketball players to eat, and we'd go to the pizza parlor, and we'd sit together, and we were awkward. You know, we were socially awkward with these girls. But, you know, we talked to them. We were kind of like gentlemen. Nobody was really cursing. And I started talking to this one girl, and we kind of became tight. You know, we would just talk. And one day she gave me a number, and I would talk to her at night. And you know what? We became kind of an item. When I say an item, I mean like we would, after a game, when we played games, we played them by North Bergen, up by West New York or something. So after the games, we'd walk down Bergen Line Avenue holding hands and torturing Chinese owners and fucking going into album stores and talking about the albums we wanted to buy, kid shit. And we'd go to like Burger King with them and buy them like a chicken sandwich, and we'd hold hands, and that's it. It was no big fucking deal. We went home and we dreamed about putting cologne on and making out with them one day. Whatever the fuck you dream of as a fucking 13-year-old. Well, I fucking, you know, we start making out after a few months. We're together like from maybe November to maybe February until the season's over. We're together. And then once the season ended, I didn't have a reason to go down there. So it kind of got tough to go down there. So I would go down there maybe like on Saturdays, and we'd take a walk on Bergen Line, maybe go to a movie, you know, stupid kid shit. I know you people want to hear like, were you fucking her? Were you lighting a pussy on fire? Not even close, man. Not even close. I wasn't even thinking like that back then. I was just happy with holding the girl's hand and swapping spit and going to a movie with them. I wasn't even thinking of fucking sex or nothing. But that didn't last for long. So it was one of those president weekends, like in February. The season probably ended the first week of February, and it was like president season. It was like, it's not how it is now, where they have President's Day, and you have both presidents. They celebrate Washington and Lincoln. So let's say my birthday was the 19th. That was February 19th on a Monday. That'd be Washington's birthday. But the 12th, the Monday before, would be Lincoln's birthday. So I don't know. I don't know if it was a holiday. I don't know what the fuck it was. I think we got a lot of snow. And the schools were closed for like a week. And we kept talking about, I don't know, one night when we were swapping spit or something, she said something about second base or something about sucking the titties. And again, I wasn't even there. Like, I was still a Catholic kid. I thought if I would suck a titties or try to touch a pussy, I was going to hell. You know how you're a fucking geek when you're a kid. So, I don't know. We were just talking about it, and she was like, I think I'm ready for the next step. And I'm like, what's the next fucking step? I don't know. And she's like, I don't know, maybe we should dry hump. Guys, I had no idea. So I went down there with her a couple times, and we kind of dry humped and swapped spit. I mean, we had no place to go. We were in the fucking 8th grade. So I would have to, like, dry hump her outside on a wall behind St. Michael's, you know. Disgusting. So this conversation went on about us, you know, dating exclusively and all this shit. I'm getting, you know, I was in love with basketball. At that time, it was like when I was doing coke. My first love was cocaine. Stand on line. Stand on line, mom. Stand on line, dad. Stand on line, wife. My first love is cocaine. My second love is fucking comedy. You know, at the time, there was no comedy, but my fucking love is, you know, fucking basketball. And I was a Catholic kid. I didn't know anything about it. I heard about people getting knocked up and shit, so I was like, I'm not knocking up a woman. You know, I was very against it. I'd love to tell you I was different, and I was slinging dick in the 6th grade. No. So we talk, and we're like, okay, we don't have school next week. Let's make a date to come down to your house. And I don't know how we came to the conclusion, like your parents work or something. And she's like, yeah, whatever. So I go, listen, what I'll do is next week I'll come down one day and we'll fucking hang out, whatever. I didn't know what to expect, you know. So on Monday morning, it's about 50 degrees, you know, the snow's gone, they're still shoveling snow. It's starting to melt, and I take my little bicycle and I ride it down to 15th Street to St. Michael's, and I meet her outside, and we walk back to a house, and we drink like fucking Kool-Aid. We made like grape Kool-Aid with powdered sugar and ice cubes, and we had like Entenmann's coffee cake. We had our parents bought it or something. So we walk up to a house, we eat, we kind of giggle, and we put the TV on. We start swapping spit, and I knew I was a little Catholic fag and whatnot, but my dick got hard, and I was taking it to the next level. And I got on top of her, and we were dry humping, whatever. We were just two fucking kids. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. And she was like, what do you want to do? You know, when you're a kid, you're like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. You want to see it? You show it to me first. No, you show me yours. No, you know, it was one of those things. And finally, I just wanted to be safe. And, you know, before I was sorry, and I go, hey, what time do your parents get home? And she goes, well, my sister gets home at like 5. My dad gets home at like 5:30, and my mother's dead. And I was like, come again? And she's like, you know, my father comes home at 5:30, my sister gets home about 5, and my mother's dead. And I'm like, dog, I think we were holding hands. And I like threw her hands down. I'm like, what do you mean your mother's dead? And she's like, yeah, my mother died when I was a little girl. Dog, my whole fucking system, my whole belief system just hit the fucking toilet. It was like, what? Your mother's dead? You know, sometimes you do things and somebody opens your mind up with something. Like, Mike, when you play the guitar, you could throw gasoline on the top thing and play, you know, whatever the fuck you want to do, you know. People open up your mind. Sometimes you're not ready for something and people up your mind. Sometimes when I go to jiu-jitsu, they teach me a move I can't fucking do. But from doing that move, I learned something else. I go, ooh, look at this opening here. I never saw that before. It's called expanding your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's evolution. Guys, when I went down there, I didn't know what to expect. You know, I didn't know if I was going to have sex. It's not like I had a condom in my pocket and I had fucking cologne on and I was all fucking hot and sticky. I had gone down there just to swap spit with her, maybe hang out with her. I was an only child. I was starting to explore women, girls, whatever the fuck I was doing. When she told me her mother died, my whole fucking everything just died. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she started explaining to me her mother died, blah, 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 blah. But the more she explained it, the more she was starting to scare me. Like, it was like an exorcist type fucking situation for me. Like, I couldn't even believe I was in the house. At that time, not only was I a real Catholic little nerd, but I was also a Santeria guy. And I'm like, if I'm in this house with this fucking energy that her fucking mother died, well, somebody in my life is going to fucking die. I'm like, I'm not going to hang out with this girl no more. And I remember I made up some story how I had to fucking leave, and I fucking got on my bicycle and I got the fuck out of there. I didn't call her for like 3 days. Guys, when I tell you that, you know, like when a girl turns you down, you get like a little hot, you know, or somebody says something to you, you get a little hot for like 2 days, but then you're like, what am I going to do? Even though I wanted to mess around with her, and even though I liked her as much as I did, I fucking knew I wasn't going to ever see this girl again. Like, it was just too much for my body and my mind to fucking comprehend. Yes, I had a father who died.
So I was going to say, do you think it's from that? Like,
what do you mean? Like, no.
Knowing how she feels.
I never, Mike, at that time, as stupid as this fucking sounds, I never, even though my father was gone, I never comprehended your mom not being around. I could not comprehend that. I had watched something years earlier where they said anybody could be your father, but you only have one mother. I think it's a fucking horrible statement because not everybody could be your father. And I think that statement ran, just went in my head like, your mother. Guys, I did not understand the fucking statement. When she said she didn't have a mother and her mother had died, I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be cute. It destroyed me because I didn't think that was possible. I never thought that no matter what bad a situation, I never saw it coming. I think in Godfather 2, they shoot the mother. But that was a movie. Do you follow what I'm saying to you? Like, that's a fucking movie. And you're left as a young child. I can never even picture like a mother dying. Like, I didn't think that was fucking possible. I just could not talk to her. It took me about a week, a couple days to call her up and ask her how she was doing. And then she kept saying to me, when am I going to see you? When am I going to see you? And I kept lying to her. I'm really busy with basketball. I got to go out to Kearney for the AAUs. I just kept lying to her. And no matter like how much I thought about, like I gotta fucking go down there and just break it up with her like a man. Guys, I did not want to be around her. How the fuck can your mother be dead? All I kept thinking about was what can you have done in your previous life for your fucking mother to die? That's all I kept thinking about. More after the little break here. Now, for a word from our sponsors. What up? This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Listen, learning who you are is a lifelong journey. I'm 60 and I still don't know who the hell I am. But BetterHelp's online therapy can deepen your self-awareness until you're no longer making decisions you regret. I was struggling when I moved here. I was struggling with a couple things. And Dana at BetterHelp helped me out a ton. So do me a favor. If you're struggling, take a quick survey to get connected with a licensed BetterHelp therapist. You won't be sorry. It's convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. If you don't like your therapist, you could switch therapists, make the change at no additional cost. Let me tell you something. Once you go on BetterHelp, you'll have a therapist within 48 hours. Try finding a therapist on your own. It'll take you 2 years. So do me a favor. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Diaz to get 10% off your first month. That's right. Visit BetterHelp.com/Diaz today and get 10% off your first month and be tip-top magoo by the summer. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Diaz. Now it's time to go back to the show. We're back, bitches. Don't forget, go to BetterHelp.com so you don't get stuck like I did for years. Back to the story, cocksuckers. So that's all I kept figuring out. What can you have done? What did you do in your previous life? Did you kill a bird? Did you run over an old lady? What did you do in your previous life that you don't have a fucking mother? It took me about a month to get the courage up, and I had to call her up like a man and go, Colleen, I really enjoyed dating you. When I said that, she goes, what are you talking about? And she wasn't a pain in the ass. She wasn't anything. She was a sweet, loving little Irish girl. Those are the only girls that ever dated me. She had freckles. She had red hair. She was fucking beautiful. But man, I could not come to terms with her not having a mother. And I tried everything I could. I mean, I was 13. Fucking hormones were raging. And that's what she kept talking to me about. Like, are we ever going to have sex? What are we going to do? And I'm like, not fucking never. And we graduated the 8th grade, and I never saw her again. I made it a point not to ever see her again. Like, they would have little parties and invite my friends, and they'd say, hey, you got invited. I'm not going down there. That fucking girl don't have a mother. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going around that fucking girl. And in a way, it made me appreciate my mother a lot more. Like, I went home that day and, like, I didn't say nothing to my mom. But I was like, how the fuck can your mother die? I could not get over it. And when I called her, I even felt worse because she started crying. And she was like, I don't know why you're doing this. And I could never tell her because you don't have a fucking mother. I could never, ever fucking tell her that. And then that was, you know, May of 78, maybe April of 78. We both graduated in June. I didn't see her again. I think she checked in with me when I got back from 5-star camp. You know, like, how did it go? I'm cheering for you for the freshman team. Because that's what I told her. I got to get ready for the freshman team. I'm fucking starting next year. I got no time to be fucking holding hands, talking about your dead mother. I did not. Telling you guys, it fucking killed me. So you figure that was 78, you know. I had forgotten about her. I had never seen her again. I went to high school, never fucking saw her again. I bumped into a friend years later, the Cuban girl, but we'll get to that story some other time. I never saw her again. I always felt guilty. If you know anything about me, guys, I felt guilty. When I called her to break it off for that day, she was very upset. Shit that I can't handle. If it was me now, I wouldn't have never broke up with her. I would have just understood, but I didn't fucking understand. And you can't be mad at me for that. It was my biggest fucking fear at the time because I think I didn't have a father. You're right. I didn't have a father. So for me, I would be left with nobody. Like, it was just fucking, I couldn't even think about it. I could not even think about it. And, you know, for a year and a half, I just lived my life never thinking about Colleen. I did that purposely. I didn't want to think of somebody who didn't have a fucking mother. And then November of 79, I come home late one night. I'm having a good time. I'm on acid. I wake up in the middle of the night, and I find my fucking mother. And I will never, ever, ever forget this moment. When I found my mother on the floor, I looked at the arm, the whole bullshit. She was dead. I made the fucking call. I waited for the ambulance outside. They got there. They told me she was dead. You know, do you have anybody to call? I was like, yeah. And I'll never forget that as she was pulling away, like as the ambulance was pulling away, Colleen's thought came to my fucking head like that. You know, I was so busy with my mother and this and that and the cops and, you know, finding paperwork and her license and whatever the fuck I was looking for, that I remember sitting on those steps and I thought of Colleen and I just dropped. I just fucking dropped. And I was like, holy shit, this has come full fucking circle, you know. You know, I didn't know. I should have called her then. I was too busy with my own fucking grief. But I always thought about it. I thought about her a lot for years, how maybe thinking about that death brought death to my house. But all that is bullshit. We all know that when your bingo number comes up, cocksuckers, your bingo number comes up. You could drink all the turmeric you want and fucking olive oil and fucking all the vegan shit you want. You know, when God decides, when your bingo number comes up, all that pomegranate juice, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? All those laps you ran, nothing matters after that. You know, so I felt guilty about Colleen for years that I did that to her. I mean, that I think in my world, that's the worst fucking crime I've ever done in my fucking life. I stopped being a girl's friend because she didn't have a mother. How disgusting is that? And now there I was 2 years later with no fucking mother. And for years I thought about Colleen, you know. So about, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, one night I was high on whatever the fuck I was on. And I looked her up on Facebook, and there she was. She's still beautiful. If I'm 60, she's got to be like 58. Real pretty face. She's married. One of her kids is not well. One of her sons is not well. until this day, I don't find the strength to apologize to her. I've apologized to everybody. The guy kidnapped, my ex-wife, teachers. You know, I've learned to apologize to everyone. For some reason, I cannot fucking write an apology to this girl. Maybe call her up. You know, so that's my goal for the next couple of weeks, to figure out. That'll be full circle for me. I got to figure out how to apologize. And she doesn't even fucking know. I'm not going to say it to her. I'm just going to tell her that I'm sorry, you know, what happened between us. I know we were fond about each other, but my head was somewhere else, you know. I'm not sure if she reached out to me and my mother died. I'm not sure. I really, really got to think about it. Because now when I'm telling this story, I remember her Cuban girlfriend coming to the wake. But I don't know if she was one of them. But, man, if you want to know what haunts me today, it's not a lot of shit that you think that would haunt me. It's that story. That story has always fucked me up. Because, man, I remember when it came back into my head that night, after that ambulance took off, and I was like, fuck. Now I know what this really fucking feels like. I got to figure something out. And, guys, it's been 45 years, and I still can't figure out what to say to her. Mike, I have no idea. And I got the gift of gab. I could talk to anybody, you know. I could talk to an Indian. I could talk to a Spanish guy. I still won't even know how to fucking enter this conversation with her. It's the scariest fucking thing in the world, man. But it's crazy the things that we hide or that we did, and it's crazy the things that you hide. It's crazy the things I've apologized to for people. This is just a little bit fucking too hard for me, man. I've apologized to my uncle. We held guns on each other. I've apologized. Jesus Christ. I've apologized for every creepy thing I've fucking done, man. But this, I just can't get over apologizing to this girl. I wouldn't even know where to start. But I do promise you guys at home, because we all work together on coming full circle, that I will have to do this. Maybe I'll do it before. There's two things I got to do before this book gets released. It's apologize to her and tell my daughter about her older fucking sister and why we don't talk. And that's going to be really fucking hard. Those two things, man, those are the two hardest things I've ever had to do. Forget about talking to judges. Forget about coming clean with my ex-father-in-law after I kidnapped the dude. Like I said, I have no problems with apology. But these two, well, the one I don't have to apologize to, but this girl, this is going to fucking destroy me. Before I told this story on here today, I went on the Facebook page just to make sure she was still there. And she's still there waiting for me to apologize to her.
Just talk, just start a conversation with her. You know, it doesn't even have to start as an apology. Just see how she is and where she's been, and see if she did reach out to you. That'd be something to start the conversation.
Yeah, she lives somewhere in New Jersey. It's not close to here. It's one of those farm towns. I don't fucking know where it is. Jersey is
a lot of them.
Fucking huge, man. Jersey is huge. Like, I didn't know how big Jersey was till I moved back here. And when people send me shit like, hey, are you coming to this next Saturday? I'll go on Waves. It's like an hour 42. What? It's like that night I was going to go see Rudy in Vineland.
Yeah.
It was like an hour 20 or some shit like that. I'm like, I'm not fucking driving no hour 20. I thought Vineland was down the fucking block, man. But yeah, it's amazing what we could apologize for and what we can't apologize for. And I know a lot of you guys that are listening to this podcast, you motherfuckers got some apologies to make to people. So we all do. We all do, man. And we try to brush it off and stuff. Listen, if you know anything about me, I wouldn't give a Frenchman's fuck about this girl or the apology. I just feel for my own, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to do things for you. I just feel for my own peace of fucking mind that I got to call her. Not call her, just message her on Facebook. But I don't know what the apology is for. How do I apologize because she got a dead mother? Do I apologize because I broke up with her because she had a dead mother?
Mature at the time. You would have been, you could have not looked at it in that way.
Dog, I don't think a fucking 18-year-old guy could have felt mature about that situation.
I mean, the way you reacted was a little...
Well, listen, man, let's get something fucking straight. And every man hates to fucking say this. I have come to terms with this, and I say it all the time. And I could see one when I see one. You're either a mama's boy or you're fucking not. I could cut it any way I can. I could put tattoos on my head and be fucking super this and super that. You're a mama's boy, okay? And I think that's the fucking answer right there. I was a fucking mama's boy. I could not even imagine not having a mom, and here I am 45 years later with no mom. And I got to be honest with you, I'm still waiting for my mom to make a comeback like John Lennon. You know, I'm still waiting for the both of them to come in together singing songs. I saw a woman the other day that looked just like Yoko Ono in a car waiting at a light, and I was making a right turn. She looked so much like Yoko, I had to stop. And I looked at her like for 2 seconds and went, Yoko, and just took off. And she was like, why does everybody keep calling me that? Well, because you fucking look like Yoko.
I saw the video with Chuck Berry and John Lennon, and they shut her mic off.
Oh, my God. She's 90 years old. Most people that sung that bad would die when they're 61. We've had so many great musicians that died, fucking Biggie, Tupac, but meanwhile, Yoko is still fucking alive, pouring out bad music with that son that's never done a fucking thing.
Oh, Sean?
Sean's never done a thing.
The other one's pretty good.
Yeah, no, he's all gone too. He sang one song and he was done. Come on. He came out after John died.
Sean, and what's the other one?
The other one, I forget his name. He looks just like his father, and he sings just like him.
He was on tour with Primus recently.
Really?
He has a band, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he kept doing something. But the young one, Sean? Sean's not doing nothing.
He did one thing, and I was like...
Sean's not doing it. Sean's playing fucking chopsticks with Yoko. That's not healthy for fucking anybody, man. It's not healthy for none of these motherfuckers. Can't believe it's fucking spring. I didn't even know shit till yesterday. I looked at the calendar. I'm like, it's fucking spring. Is it today or Tuesday?
It's the 21st.
The 21st. Tomorrow is fucking spring. Yesterday was brutal. It's 37 degrees on Sunday. Today's kind of fucking nice, and by the end of the week, it's supposed to be fucking 70 degrees here in Jersey. Mm-hmm. It's crazy that it did not snow. This is 2 fucking years that I expected. I mean, I had to eat my words every year. I'm like, yeah, there's always snow on the 19th. Bitch, you better check your itinerary. You couldn't build an igloo for an ant in this motherfucker. There's no snow at all. It's really fucking weird how this all changed. Like, in 40 years, this changed this much. 40 years ago, I was walking around this fucking neighborhood, and you'd be fucking freezing at the end of March. It was freezing still. It wasn't February or fucking January, but it was fucking freezing. So this global, whatever the fuck they're talking about, I'm going to stay away from it because I don't know nothing. And I know they've politicized it like the pandemic, whatever the fuck people talk about. They've politicized it. I don't even know what that means. I'm just using Bill Maher words right now just to be a little fucking, you know. And that's it, guys. It's a beautiful fucking Monday. It's a beautiful fucking week to be you motherfuckers. And pretty much we got another month till the books gets released. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited that we got done with the audio book. I'm excited that we cut the podcast down to once a week. I'm more alert. I'm excited I'm not ready to do stand-up yet. I'm just excited to be fucking excited. But I want to talk to you about something, guys, real quick. Every Sunday I get a notification on my computer, on the little iPad. It tells you this week you were down 18%. You used your computer, you know. I noticed that the last 3 months I've been really down. Like, it's like, Joey, what the fuck? Where you been? You used to post every day. Now you post once a week or you post twice a week. But it's funny, between posting and when I wake up in the morning, sometimes, you know, listen, YouTube is the easiest thing for me to listen to music sometimes. I'll think of an album. Like this last week, Mike will tell you, I'm hooked on Dirt again. Mm-hmm. The album Dirt by Alice in Chains is fucking sensational. And you forget how good these albums are, and sometimes you put them on 2 weeks ago, it was Diary of a Madman. You know, a week before that, it was Santana. I'm one of those fucking guys. I like music. But every time I go to YouTube, if there's 9 videos on this page here, 2 of them are about health, one of them is about side control, one of them is music, and the other ones are just fucking hate. Like
the worst comedian in the world.
Oh my God. And there's no particular, like, they just hate on everybody. And I'm going to explain hate to you, because I didn't understand hate till I started comedy. And there was a guy, Andrew Dice Clay, that made me laugh now, and he made me laugh then, and he still makes me laugh now. And I watched him go from being a great comic to an overnight sensation. I mean, let's fucking face it. He was the first arena comic. You know, this guy was doing numbers you could never dream about. I remember I was there. I was part of his fan club. You know, I liked what he did. I wasn't one of these knuckleheads, you know, say a poetry thing. No, but I enjoyed him. I was there when, you know, he went on the MTV thing and he said whatever he did and he got banned from MTV. You know, I still remember these things. And I saw him from an HBO special he did live in Philadelphia to just become this fucking rock and roller. And I remember his, you know, there was no internet back then, but I remember every day his name was in the paper every fucking day. And I know that you guys think that you're hating, that you're, you know, doing something spectacular, and I get it. There's not a lot, I don't like everybody either. That's what makes this world so special, that we all can't like everybody. But I'm not going to sit there every day and make a video about some comic I do not like. You know, for you people who love making these videos, you're making Brendan Schaub a millionaire. Do you understand this? Listen, I like Brendan. I respect Brendan. Brendan's a fucking sweetheart of a guy. Listen, you guys went down there expecting to see George Carlin, and you saw something else. And all of a sudden, they saw his special, and you don't like it. And all of a sudden, people started terrorizing him. And I know he says knucklehead stuff from time to time, but I know where Brendan's heart is. And I got to be honest with you. If you don't like Brendan, that's fine. Listen, I don't like, you know, Carmel Rocky Road chocolate. And guess what? Do you think that fucking Carvel gives a fuck? Do you think that fucking Baskin Robbins gives a fuck? They don't. Come in here and get something that you do like. And that's fine. You know, I've expressed my shit about Roger Waters and whatever. Listen, he's a fucking multi-millionaire. I'm not helping that fucking dude. I know everybody knows he's a dickhead. But, you know, when you guys pick on a comic or an actor or a band and you go after them like that, all you're doing with all your hate is putting tons of money in his fucking pocket. You guys say Brendan sucks, guess what? It's like the chick when she died. You know, I don't want to go to rehab. I said, no. I knew if I go there, she's going to be on heroin. I know she might pass out, or I know she might not show up. Why are people paying $200 over fucking price tag to go to those concerts?
Because it might be the best show.
It might be the best show you ever saw, but the main thing is people love a train wreck.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they're doing it for, because people are watching train wrecks and they're getting paid to make the train wreck show.
There you go. So, listen, I love half these guys. Are they George Carlin? Are they Dave Chappelle by your standards? Are they Jerry Seinfeld? No, neither am I. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. I didn't opt out to be Jerry Seinfeld or Louis C.K. I appreciate them, but I don't give a fuck. So, but when you guys keep making videos, like I just see random stupid shit. Like it's like you had the time to produce this. Think of the Think of if you took that time and did something positive with your fucking time. You'd be making the same money he's making by fucking, and it goes into your pocket. But you're going to produce a video, you're going to get a couple of YouTube streams, some envelopes, and that's fine. But Brendan's still getting richer. And I'm not saying this is about Brendan. I'm not saying this is about Brendan at all. I'm using him as an example because, if, like I said, if I see 10 videos, 4 of them about fucking Brendan. So it's like, guys, knock it off. You don't like somebody, you don't like me, you don't like a certain comic, move on. Move on. Comedy Central's got 1,000 comics on there. Netflix has 1,000 comics, and guess what? YouTube even has more comics. So you don't have to bank on these guys. Like I said, for me, they're my friends. I know them, I love them, I wish them all well and shit like that. I don't like that they're getting fucking, tortured every day. But at the same time, your hate is creating his fucking bank account. And meanwhile, you're struggling to pay the fucking car payment. So you talk to me about this shit. And with that, I love you motherfuckers with all my heart. Thank you for supporting the fucking joint. Thank you for your support of me, my Patreon. And I'll see you motherfuckers next Monday, if there's no mouth surgery. I'll keep you cocksuckers posted. And now, for a word from my motherfucking sponsors, Jack. All right, I want to thank you guys for supporting the joint and for supporting me and Patreon, everything we're trying to do here. Don't forget to get the book on Amazon. You're going to pay for shipping. There's another one, thriftbooks.com, where you get free shipping, and it's $25.99. Go there. This episode was brought to you by BetterHelp. Like I said, learning who you are is a lifelong journey. BetterHelp is online therapy that can deepen your self-awareness until you're no longer making decisions you regret. That sounds tremendous. You're like, Joey, what's BetterHelp? Their therapy. It's convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So do yourself a favor. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Diaz today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/Diaz. The joint is also brought to you by Stamps.com. Nobody has time to go to a post office, so print all the stamps you need at home with Stamps.com. Get rates you can't find anywhere else, like 84% off UPS and USPS. They'll even send you a free scale, so you'll have everything that you need. Like I said earlier, I've been with Stamps.com so long, you don't see me going anywhere else, and you don't see me going to the post office. You could trust Stamps.com. For over 25 years, they've helped over 1 million businesses. So do me a favor. Get your business up, set your business up for success when you get started with Stamps.com. Sign up with promo code Joey for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Go to Stamps.com right now. Click on the microphone and enter code Joey, and you won't be going to no mailboxes no more. And the joint is brought to you by, Liquid I.V. Maybe you forgot about that little New Year's resolution to get yourself healthy. Don't worry about nothing. Liquid I.V. got your back. It's time to get back to Liquid I.V., the hydration brand that fuels your well-being. It's very easy. You mix 1 stick of Liquid I.V. with 16 ounces of water. It's going to hydrate you 2 times faster than water alone. I love it. The Concord grape, the best. Cherry, tremendous. Tropical, tremendous. It's just tremendous. 5 essential vitamins, great flavors, and 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. You'll be ready to crush your health goals. Grab Liquid I.V. in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can listen to this, I'm going to get you 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use promo code Joey. Not 10%, I'm doubling the ante. 20%. That 20% off anything when you shop Better Hydration today. Use promo code Joey at Liquid IV. I want to thank Liquid IV. I want to thank Stamps.com. And I want to thank BetterHelp for making us better Americans. Stay black. Have a great week. And I'll see you savages next Monday morning. Tip top Magulu. Love you.